I'm excited.
Are you?
No, I don't know. Yeah.
You're not. You're having a real bad day. I can tell.
Yeah, I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy for a number of reasons.
I naturally look to see, like, what was under there?
Yeah.
Well, it looks good. All right. Somebody's complaining about the fucking audio.
What's wrong with the audio?
They can never say. They can never say.
Yeah,
it's just because there's
audio
nothing.
Sounds weird. Right.
They just like complaining.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like studio looks like shit. Oh, what's wrong with it? What should I do? Should I put a new light somewhere? Is the contrast too high? I don't know. Looks like shit.
Meanwhile, I would do a stream and like the audio levels were clearly wrong the entire time, and nobody mentions it. And I watched the playback and I'm like, why is this so obvious to me? And none of you could say like,
your
hey,
audio is so
you're 10 times lower than the guest.
How is it that's not just built in?
I don't know.
It's not just built in. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yes.
Biggest problem in the universe.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe. The only show that ranks every problem in the universe from medals of gold to crack being sold.
Ooh, ah.
I'm your host, Dick Masters, and joining me as always is Vito Links.
Hey, Dick.
What's up, buddy? I think I'm still playing the wrong theme song.
No, this is the right. Why? Which one do you like better?
No Pants Gomez did one where it cuts out. Maybe I am playing the right one. I don't know.
That one faded out right there.
Oh, baby. Big weekend. I have a big show coming up this weekend.
Why?
Ralph's calling in to my show.
The big Ralph.
Mr. Girl's calling into the show.
Mr. Girl's always a good. He's got a whole lot going on.
I don't know who's causing more waves.
Yeah. I think Ralph's coughing a bit more waves.
Well, what if Mr. Girl gets that fucking fruity weird or
the doctor, Mr. Whatever?
Fucking guy, dude.
Yeah, Dr. K.
What a scumbag.
It's really weird.
What an opportunistic sack of shit that guy is.
So basically, Mr. Girl, there's this guy named Dr. K who's like
killed
an online. Yeah, he's like an online psychologist who drags these YouTubers into these
he's
embarrassing therapy sessions that are,
for
aired
clicks.
live that should not be.
But he's like the way he's pushing them into doing shit is so evil and purposefully and methodically done. I mean, half of me is like, oh, amazing. I can watch Wreckful, like his ghost, hop out of his body and run over the window and dive out. I'm like, you just told him you love him and you'd be with him for 2 years, and then the next time you talk to him in front of everybody, you say, never mind. Like, what do you think he's gonna do, you imbecile?
Yeah, this YouTube streamer guy killed himself after some online Dr. K therapy and
quote not therapy.
Yeah, not therapy.
That he said,
even
not
though
therapy.
It's very clearly.
God. I love Mr. Girl.
Mr. Girl did a whole expose that people should watch.
Yeah, I feel like my excitement is almost like I don't want to be involved. I'm like, yeah, he obviously killed him. Fuck that guy.
It's really
he's responsible for his death. Whatever.
I mean, the whole point of therapy is not that it's like a fun thing for people to watch. It's like you do this behind closed doors, and you don't cry.
But he needs that license. He needs the license, or his fans will think he's a fake, right? Like he has that light. It's like Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil, when people say, well, he doesn't have a license.
Dr. Phil, he gave up his license so he could have the show.
I think he got it taken away because he fucked a patient, is what I thought. Right. But you might be right.
I thought
there's no way you should have a license and be doing that shit.
No, I think it's one of those things where if you have the license and do it, you get sued into the ground.
Which
so you have to get rid of the license and go, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not really a therapist. Yeah.
But then he'd lose.
But then everyone wouldn't take it seriously and they wouldn't
because it's not serious. Right now, they can all say, like, this is serious because he's a doctor. As soon as he loses that doctor, like, well, what is this guy fucking teaching about meditation?
And he's also saying crazy shit like, you should try some homeopathic medicine. You should try these water drops that have 1/1000% of.
And he's talking about quantum physics. He's totally wrong. He knows nothing about quantum physics. That drives me insane.
Right.
Guys, like, philosophizing about quantum physics. I'm like, dude, you don't even have it right, first of all.
Wasn't he trying to say like your depression doesn't exist until you observe it? And I'm like, you can't just take quantum physics.
Well, that's not quantum physics. Yeah. Let me stop you right there. That's not quantum physics. That's a very specific property of electrons.
Yeah. But it's just the same
like
as
life
having
in
depression.
general.
And then you just tell a guy that until he kills himself and you take none of the responsibility for it.
Anyway. No knock raids. I scribbled it all out.
No knock raids.
Big winner.
Yeah, which I think you're okay with. I think you said you wanted it to win.
I did. Because I knew it would win.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and got in front of it.
Oh, you got in front of it. That's what happened.
The Olympics.
God, the Olympics.
Are we ever going to get rid of no knock raids?
Not so long as we live in a militarized nation where we go, what do we do with these extra,
I think they're
military vehicles? Just give them to the cops and let them drive them into poor people's houses for fun.
It's going to be like, well, we got to stop people before they commit crimes.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Precogs, of course.
Well, the scary thing is everyone will believe that.
Yeah.
You could convince like 70% of America that the government has a bat computer that lets them figure out who's going to commit crimes.
Meanwhile, it's just like, is the guy black? It probably was going to do something.
That's why they stopped AI. They had an AI that looked for like predicted
predicted
like who's
crime
gonna jump
rates.
bail.
Yeah.
It's like, they had to shut it down. That's serious.
I can imagine that actually happened. Yeah.
Olympics came in next. Do you watch the Olympics this week?
I'm going to say my Olympic problem is that NBC owns the rights to everything. So you can't even you heard that figure skater girl fell a bunch of times and was crying her eyes out because she's a big failure. And I'm like, I want to see a woman cry. Where do I see that? It's like all the news stories can't show it. They can only show stills.
Oh, why?
Because all the footage is owned by NBC. They have the exclusive broadcast rights to all of it. So it's impossible to see anything that even happens at the Olympics.
That would be an event that I want to see.
Yeah.
Making your wife cry harder.
Apparently they were all crying. She was crying. The Russian who got second place was crying. I'm like, I want to see all these young women have their lives and dreams destroyed in an instant. It's beautiful.
Okay. Sponsored hate. Which was a little odd.
Some people it's still in the positive. Some people took issue with them, but
crack was the last one.
Crack.
I should have brought in more stats about how much crack ruins.
I think you should have decided before you start off. You're like, crack pipes. Let's just do crack. I don't know why crack.
I was on crack.
Why was crack on your mind?
Dice MM says, glad to know Dick only values money because that's the only way he measures any things, no apostrophe, worth. If ice skating, capitalized for no reason.
The proper noun of ice skating, of course.
If ice skating the person.
Yeah.
Guys, you don't have to be so dumb.
Yeah.
If ice skating has no capital letters in it.
Maybe it's like one of those weird text-to-speech problems.
If ice skating can't make money, it shouldn't be a thing. Very well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a thing.
Right.
If it can't make money, then it shouldn't be a thing. I agree.
Doesn't it make money?
Well, only because it's like the dud in the Olympics. It's like the
figure skating, ice skating. I think figure skating, they have people pay to go watch a figure skating
where
competition. They're pretty big in some places, I thought.
San Francisco?
Yeah, San Francisco. What is that supposed to mean?
Spacer Sam. I can't believe Vito voted for Raid Shadow Legends. Wow, okay. Sylvius Rain. Vito's argument just sounded like you're just jealous I'm making money. No, ads are just really annoying. We created the internet. Wow. Him and...
Yeah, you created the internet? Good work.
Hal Finney and
Al Gore.
We created the internet so we could escape the bullshit that was mainstream TV. That's not why the army created the internet.
That's not why we created it.
With its commercials and regulations. But the internet just slowly morphed back into mainstream TV. You can skip a lot of ads with an ad blocker, but then they started paying YouTubers to just give 10-minute ads at the start of each video that you have to manually skip. YouTubers are so far into their algorithms that they can't admit a basic thing anymore, that ads are just annoying to listen to. At best, they're just something you have to put up with. I make one exception for Internet Historian, who actually makes his ads fun to listen to.
Oh, fun ads. Exciting.
I don't know why I hit the show more.
Look, the point is not that ads are not annoying. The point is that, every time you watch TV and the commercials come on, do you feel the need to write the creator of the show and go, I'm going to stop watching your show because you run ads on it. We don't need to know that. We know the ads are annoying. Just
shut up.
Fucking suck it up and deal with it. What do you care?
Shut up and let me make some money. Shut up. JJ, I forgot that Dare promised us someone would give us free drugs.
Never happened.
Never let them forget it.
It's bullshit.
Harpreet, Dick is just making it easy for Vito to bring in Republicans as a problem. When the war on drugs and no-knock raids, he's going to connect some dots.
Yeah.
By the way,
started some bad stuff.
Yeah, they're terrible. Get our bonus episode, patreon.com/biggest
problem.
We got a new bonus episode up there. Check it out.
It's a good, solid problem. And by being part of the Patreon, you can submit your problems to be part of a future bonus episode.
Do not read my name on air. Hey, Dick and Vito, several friends of mine have had their doors kicked in by police. The police justification amounts to as little as political affiliation. They had their phones, computers, World War II flags. And books.
They're World War II flags.
Confiscated.
Yeah, I wonder what those are gonna fucking be.
One is even in prison over terrorist allegations.
Yeah.
He is innocent and being held without trial.
Sure.
And they are using COVID as the excuse. I will probably be raided myself in the next month or so. Well, I don't know how to say good luck in German, but if I did, I would say it now.
It's just political affiliation.
It's just some books and flags.
It's just some books.
Historical books.
Historical documents.
The swap meet is down that guy. In the spot, his spot.
I love those guys.
Let's go see the Nazi guy.
Let's go see the Nazi at the fleet. They got rid of those guys. You're not allowed to have those guys anymore.
Man. How are you supposed to learn about Nazis? Comic books?
I just love World War II flags. Oh, what could that be? All right, am I going first?
That's right.
That was great. Dick, my problem is small businesses.
Well, you voted against them.
I'm sick of it. Yeah, I did vote against them, and I'm starting to think that I was right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man.
What? All small business in general?
Just the concept of the support your local small business, right? Because that's what we've been hearing the entire time through this pandemic is, it's really up to us to step up. Our local small businesses are hurting.
Yeah.
And it's on us. We got to support these guys. Well, I've tried and it sucks and I'm never doing it again. I'm done with them. I'm buying everything online because the small business is just terrible.
Yeah. Why? What do you mean it's terrible?
Okay. I'm going to give an anecdote and I know that some people are going to go,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I went to a hardware store. You ever downgrade from Home Depot to a local hardware store? Like, this place is a fucking. This place looks like like the Dungeons and Dragons hole that you can put anything in. It looks like I'm in there.
Yeah, and they have tools left over from 1970 that have just been sitting there. You're like, I want a hammer, and they're like, oh, we have this one. It's $30.
$30. It's covered in dust.
Yeah, it's dusty.
Why does your lumber have dust on it? There's a huge lumber shortage.
Here's the thing is I'm willing, in my mind, here's the scenario. And I know this is stupid, but I wanted to buy Magic cards, Dick. Okay. And I go on Amazon.
And you had to have them right now. You're jonesing for Magic right now. I got to get my hands on the sweet cardboard.
I wanted to get them. I didn't want to wait for an online thing. And also I said, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to support a local small business.
I need the stench of these losers.
Sure.
To go in there. I need a glass countertop that I don't want to lean too much on because I know it'll break.
Yeah, immediately.
And then I have to buy $60,000 in cards.
Yeah. Well, what do you call it? I go, it's great that I'm supporting these guys because they got a little space where people can come in and play games. So I'm even willing to pay a little bit of a premium to help support that experience. Now, a box of cards on Amazon is $100.
Okay.
And I go, you know what? I'd be happy to pay $110, $120, even $125. I would be willing to pay a 25% markup because I know that money's going to a good place. So I roll in and I go, let me get a box of cards there, sir.
What's wrong with going to Jeff Bezos? What do you mean? That's as good as it gets.
Well, apparently, because the guy goes, it's $150. And I'm like, well, and I'm like,
50% markup?
50%. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, I wanted to help you out here. Like I was even mentally, I was like, I want to do a thing that will provide for my community. So there's a community store that people could visit. And then I'm like,
you built
built
your addiction to toys into like your like stand and deliver. Like I'm helping my community out by buying toys.
I am. I'm supporting a small local business.
He's just going to buy toys with them.
There. Well, that's the other thing.
Toy addiction.
It happened at 2 different stores, and it happened again today because I tried a second time. I said, this is a fluke. I'll go to a different store.
Okay.
Not only did the guy want $150 for a box, but then he looks at me and he goes, I'm going to need you to put a different mask on. And he takes out this mask, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What was your first mask?
Because I have these masks. Look, they're these masks that are like kind of like mesh, because the mask does fucking nothing, and we all know it.
Yeah.
And like, unless you have like some sort of N95 mask, it's like fucking useless. So I'm like, all right, it's like a loose piece of cloth. It does as much as your fucking mask. And he goes, I'm just not comfortable with you having that in my store.
But you're already in there.
I'm already in there. You're already poisoned.
Already poisoned.
Whatever amount of poison.
You should have said that in the parking lot.
If you really care about this, you should have your face turned away from me and be hiding from me. And he's like, I'm going to need you to either put this on or leave the store. And I'm like, well, good. I'm leaving then. And I'm like, I was going to leave anyway because I'm not going to give you an extra $50. I'm just going to go on Amazon and buy it for $100.
More time for you to just hand me the magic box instead of this fucking mask.
That's the thing. He didn't even need to. I was about to leave the store anyway, but he felt like, all day he waits for someone to come in that he can like take an issue with how they're wearing their mask. Because that's the thing I've realized about these local store employees. They're
tyrants.
Just bitter. Yeah, exactly.
Tyrants.
This is their small amount of control. It's like, it's my store. It's not even their store. They're an employee. I'm in charge of the store right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to treat people who come in like shit or like they're stupid and shit. Like, I'll ask like a very simple question.
He didn't even get his manager for you. That's what you're saying. You want to see, oh yeah? You want to fuck with me and my mask? I'd like to talk to your manager. I need to have that upper on them.
I think the manager would have probably been a tyrant himself.
Yeah, but still, you need to be able to say that.
To spit on their floor and go, oh shit, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just randomly spit in places.
Okay.
Also, this was all day today. Then I went to a video game store. No prices on anything.
Oh.
And I'm like,
it's a market price.
Right. The market price. I go, how much is this game? And he goes, hold on, I got to check eBay.
Did they check eBay?
Yes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go on eBay then.
Yeah.
I no longer have any need for any locals. And I know I'm just buying nerd shit, but I'm sure if I was buying whatever the fuck.
Hardware stores are like that too. Like the wood is like all leaned back against the corner. Like, I'm like, I lean my wood like that in my house. Why do you guys have your wood like that? How come there's no barcodes on anything in this place? Like,
well, that's the thing is I've been to a local hardware store and I just stopped going because I was like, you can't find anything you want. Home Depot's infinitely better. They got every single fucking thing.
Then the worst small business for me is the one that only exists because women are afraid of money. So they don't feel comfortable having money on them. So they try to spend it as quickly as possible to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So it's like a stationery store.
Right.
Like a pen store. And then there's like 3 things in the store. You're like, come on. How could you possibly make
business at all?
If not for women coming in, blowing somebody else's money on this shit.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
That's the thing. The little boutique stores where you're like, why do you not have like a bunch of stuff? Like, again, like, and then half these stores are just Funko Pops anyway, which is a previous problem. I've realized that I feel like half of America's small businesses are going to go out of business when the Funko Pop craze ends because they're everywhere. It doesn't matter what the business is. Again, it'll be a stationery store.
It's not. Why do you think it's ever going to end? It's never going to end.
It has to end at some point.
No.
Every store I go into, I'm like, the entire economy is based on Funko Pops now. And that's why I don't need to go to these local businesses. They have nothing I need, and if they have anything I want, I can just get it cheaper online.
Yeah.
And even when I'm like, I'll pay a little more to get it
anything.
Now, they don't have anything.
No. Best Buy is like one of those stores in North Korea where it's just like a bunch of pictures of things. And it's like, okay, I'd like to get the new iPhone. They're like, you know what? We're out of that one.
We've been sold out of that for months.
Well, I didn't tell you which one I wanted. Yeah. Which one do you want? The ugliest one. The mini one that has no storage. We're sold out of that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go to the website. Tell them Carla sent you. Like,
and they always have this like weird attitude, man. Maybe it's just the nerd stores, but like there's this one game store in Vegas I went to, and I'm like, again, there's no prices on anything. So I'm like, oh, how much is that game? And I know it's expensive, but you know, maybe there's a good deal. And the guy just goes, it's expensive. And I'm like,
maybe you look broke. Maybe that's
what
the
they're
issue.
insinuating. They're insinuating like, don't make me wait. Not only will they not put the price on it, but the guy doesn't even want to be bothered to look it up. I'm like, well, can you tell me how much it is? And he goes, and he goes to the computer, looks it up. I'm like, well, then fuck it. Then don't sell it. Just look at it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, this is the reason that all these businesses deserve nothing from me.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sick of it.
I agree with you, actually.
I want,
except for the food.
Yeah, well, the local restaurants are almost.
Let me hit you with this one. I'm gonna go with you on the food too.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this pizza restaurant around me.
Yeah.
And when my girlfriend always orders everything, always orders the food.
Yeah.
Right. So they fucked up the pizza one time, and I called in and said, "Hey, you fucked up our pizza."
Right.
And he's like, "Well, what was your order?" And I said to him, he goes, "Oh, wait a minute, are you Grubhub or something like that?" And I said, "Yeah, Grubhub." And he goes, "Oh, well, don't use them. They charge us like 25% of all our orders. Just call us directly and we'll do it." And I said, "Okay, I mean, whatever, I'll do that."
Yeah.
So next time they fucked up a pizza, I called back and said, "Hey, you fucked up a pizza." He goes, "Wait a minute. Didn't I talk to you like a couple weeks ago and told you
what the fuck?
not to use Grubhub?" And I said, I said, "Yeah, you did. I told my fucking wife never to use Grubhub." So I put the phone and said, "Honey, did I tell you never to use a fucking Grubhub again? Did you? He's saying use the Grubhub." So I said, "I yelled at her this time." And he's like, "Okay, good. We'll send you your new knots or something like that." And I hung up and I'm like, I had to do that because I didn't want him to spit in her knots or something. So then months later, I go to order again, and I said, "Wait a minute, honey, don't you dare order Grubhub."
Right. We'll get in trouble.
She goes, I'm not doing your way. I'm doing it on Grubhub because I don't fucking care about him or any of this shit that you're doing." And I said, "Fine, I'll do it then, you bitch." So I go on their website, can't order on the website. I have to download their app. And I said, "Well, I'm not telling her about that."
Right.
I would never do this normally. So I install the app, right?
Yeah.
"I'll fucking fix you. You fucking like the caddy, like Caddyshack, right? I'll fucking fix you, Judge."
Yeah.
Bitch, see if you fucking think about this. Put it in, ordered the same thing that we always get, right?
Yeah.
Hit order, said, "You need to order a minimum of $50 to use this app." I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me,
man.
They put a minimum. So I said it was like 44 or something. I said, "Honey, how much is the order usually?" And she pulls up her thing. She's like, $42.50. So not only is it more on their app, but you have to order over $50. And I said,
so when you start to realize, you go, well, at least with the corporation,
I drew a swastika on that guy on the pizza place. It was in the news.
At least with the corporation, there's probably one guy who knows math, like figuring out the prices. Here, it's just like, I don't know, just put a fucking price on it. And they'll suck it up and whatever.
I was so mad about that. Small businesses. Fuck small businesses.
Step it up.
Amazon only.
I love it. Yeah, I just
Kitchen
buy
United
Amazon
only.
Yes.
Has a small business ever gone into space? No. They take their money and buy their ugly fat wives' boob jobs with it and buy jet skis that they use once and then sit in the garage forever. That's a small business.
Denny's, McDonald's, brands I can trust.
Denny's is too small.
Yeah. Okay. It's got to be nation
bigger. Got to be only bigger.
I'm only getting my food from Amazon Fresh.
Unless it's a Coca-Cola product, I will not eat there. Unless it has a stock ticker. Yeah. Unless it's in the
S&P
500, I will not. Or Russell 2000, I will not. No Russell 2000s. S&P 500 only.
Is Wendy's S&P? I think. Let's hope.
Who owns it? Probably Coke. Honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say Yum Brands is probably there. You can eat at Taco Bell.
Okay, that's your problem?
Fuck small business.
Fuck small businesses.
Well, I don't know if you can call the problem then.
Small businesses.
Small businesses.
And if you are a small business owner, fuck you.
Yeah.
How about that?
Just try a little harder. Give me an experience, right? Isn't that what I'm supposed to get? It's supposed to be an experience.
No. Supposed to get just a thing.
I just want cheaper shit, man.
That fucking pizza thing
reasonably priced
made me so upset.
That makes no sense.
That's a pretty good problem.
Thank you.
Here's my problem. Pedophiles.
Oof. It's a pretty big. That's not a bad one.
I think we can agree.
I think I hate those guys. I
can't stand them.
I personally am not a fan.
If I had the choice between being a pedophile and not being a pedophile, I would choose not.
I think that's a brave stance, and I'm right there with you.
I've got some stats for you. There's nearly 500,000 registered sex offenders in the U.S. 80,000 to 100,000 of them are missing.
How many of them are pedophiles?
Oh, I think all of them. I don't know. Let me read them.
Okay.
A typical pedophile will commit 117 sex crimes in a lifetime.
What? Oh my God! But that must include viewing of pornography, right? As a sex crime.
What am I? What do I look like, a pedophile?
Well, I'm just assuming. I mean, the amount I look at normal pornography, if that was a sex crime,
way more than 117 times, like a day.
I would have hundreds of thousands.
So the head of Facebook Meta group, whatever community.
Saw that. What the fuck was that?
I got more stats, but that's why I'm bringing this in.
Yeah.
Meta acts as a head of global community development after he appears on video in an underage sex sting.
These sex stings are wild because
it was sexting. It was a sexting. They didn't put that. It was a sexting sting. They didn't fucking put that in.
Oh, that's good.
Journalists, man.
Yeah.
Their brains are fucking broken.
They don't put any rhymes in anything. We have rhymes on this show.
Yeah. Sex king, sexting.
Caught sexting in sexting. On
Sex King,
yeah,
Sex King caught sexting and sex.
I don't know if he's a sex king, but
he's 13-year-old kid. He probably looks enormous. He said he had a 12-inch penis in the logs.
How long?
12-inch penis. That's why.
That can't be true.
These pedophiles always go like, "Well, I wasn't going to do anything, right? I was just saying. I just gave him like a hotel number and like bought his cab, gave him money for cab fare. Yeah. Said when I would be here, but I wasn't actually going to do anything." And I think, bullshit. But then he says, you told him you had a 12-inch penis. And I think, well, maybe he's telling the truth then.
Yeah, maybe he's just
how he's going to explain that.
Yeah. Right.
That's not 12.
Immediately,
I'm not a chick. I know how big 12 inches is.
We use protractors in math class all the time. I'm at the specific age where measuring things is a common part of my day.
So they busted him.
Well, that's not a good way of putting it.
Yeah. It does feed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's what Facebook said. The seriousness of these allegations cannot be overstated. I think they probably could.
Yeah, you could go
overstate.
Well, I think I know what they're trying.
It's the end of the world.
It's the end of the world.
Well, no, but that's why I have a problem with it because I know what they're trying to say, and I don't like.
You don't accept it.
I don't accept
like
that.
This hyperbole.
It's not possible to. Say how.
If you had sex with that kid, we'd all be dead right now. Well, see, that would be overstating.
That's overstating it. It wouldn't affect me in any way,
right?
At all.
The day-to-day of most people would not change.
An asteroid hitting the world.
Yeah. That would be hard to overstate.
Difficult.
Difficult. You still could.
Cannot be overstated. No, and then they capped the article. Where did I get this? TechCrunch. I don't know why I'm bringing this part in, just because it's lightened the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, this is how TechCrunch ends the article. Coincidentally, the company has been trying to refresh its PR offense, starting with naming former UK politician Nick Clegg as their president of global affairs. They will have their work cut out for them. After the pedophile.
Yeah. Was he the head of community for Meta or whatever?
Yeah, that's like the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst one for him to be, right?
Right, probably. That he's trying to build a community.
Yeah, he's in
just
charge
inviting him into my community to be part of the community.
Like if he played Ronald McDonald in person at like grand opening at McDonald's restaurants, that would be less harm than he could have done as the.
It's always confusing to me. Do these guys just live with so much guilt? Because it was another one of these things where, these two YouTubers are just like
these two
YouTuber guys, right? He like talks to him for an hour, and I'm like, bro, just cut your losses. Yeah, exactly.
And why are you? You know what else bothers me about pedophiles? This is more than the rape. What bothers me is that they lie. Like they don't just go like, yeah, what's up? I'm a fucking pedophile. I'm the fucking devil, dude. I'm coming for you.
You wish pedophiles were a little more punk rock about it.
Why not? Come on.
I mean, you're already caught. Have some fun with it.
At least you can respect a villain, a proper villain. Like the Emperor. So the raping kids, okay. I don't like that. Yeah. I am not a kid, so it doesn't affect me, but I don't like it. I understand why, you know? Yeah. But there's some kind of mistake. Like, oh, come on. Yeah. People don't come at me. It's like, this shit says pretty negative about women. Yeah, because they're fucking dumb. Like, you don't go, I'm not like, some women are funny.
I really want to set up this thing where, what do you call it? We find one of those pedophile hunting groups, right? And we text with them to be like, yeah, we want to fuck you, you 13-year-old boy. But they show up, and the guy they meet is a 13-year-old boy. And he's like, wait a minute. And he goes, yeah, I'm Jacob, age 35 with a 12-inch dick. Are you the 12-year-old I'm supposed to meet? We catfish them until meeting
and raping them.
A child predator who is a child.
Okay. Okay.
Who is pretending to be a 40-year-old man.
Wait, but it's a child?
Right. So they show up and they're like, we're going to bust this guy. And they go into the hotel room and there's just a 14-year-old boy in there. And he's like, all right, are you here for the sex?
You know what I want to see is a 12-year-old boy faking out the pedophile hunters. So he shows up and he's like, what's up? Is Johnny here? I'm supposed to have some kind of a date with him.
I think that's what I was trying to explain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying.
No. The guy that they think they're busting actually is an underage boy.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
That's what you're trying to say. Okay. So he shows up. He's like, what's up?
I couldn't get, exactly. He shows
I'm fucking 12.
Yeah.
Like, well,
he says that he's 12.
No, he is 12.
Yeah, he's 12, but I think he should pretend. He should say, no, I'm 35, man.
Okay. Yeah. Then, we're saying the same.
Yeah. He goes, no, my name's Tom. I'm 35, and I work at
an adult store doing business. Like, we need to see some ID.
Place.
There you go. That's my ID. I'm sure that checks out.
I'm the head of Facebook. My cousin is Mark Zuckerberg.
There are more than 42 million survivors of sexual abuse in America. Wow. So it affects a lot of people.
42,000
million.
42 million.
Dude, everyone's getting raped every which way.
Yeah, I guess so. Raped, and there's also other stuff.
Fucking fingered in their butts.
Stat.
Getting their wieners flicked. Did your dad ever do that to you when you were a kid?
Did my dad ever flick my wiener?
If you're messing around fighting the back seat, he goes, hey, stop it back there, and pulls your pants down and flick you in your wiener?
No.
Me either.
That's very yeah, me neither.
1 in 3 girls are sexually abused before the age of 18. I mean, the stat to put there is 13. 1 in 5 boys are sexually abused before the age of 18. So they always got to make it like girls have it worse. Even in, they could have just said 1 in 4 young people under 18, but they had to make it all about how girls have it so bad.
I mean, when it comes to sexual
how many boys under 18 are dressed like hoes, though?
Yeah. Oh, 0. Jesus fucking Christ, yeah.
Unrelated statistic.
All these tarts running around in their Miley Cyrus.
How many boys, what percentage of boys under 18 are wearing anything that says juicy on it? Ever. 0.
Good point.
Singing about milkshakes.
Dress your girls better, America.
1 in 5.
Singing about their WAPs.
1 in 5 children are solicited sexually while on the internet before the age of 18. Wow. 1 in 5.
Solicited on the internet?
Yeah.
Isn't everybody solicited on the internet below the age of 18?
That's kind of low that I would have thought it was like 6 in 5.
I just think people are cold calling everybody regardless of age.
Pedophiles they got a lot of macros.
Yeah.
They're like StarCraft players.
I think they go into the chat rooms and they just PM every single person. They go, want to fuck, 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 want to fuck.
Like Destiny playing StarCraft. Zerg rushing
ASL.
Yeah, I think that stat's low. But wouldn't getting this stat be like sexual assault kind of?
Obtaining, you mean asking them, have you been sexually assaulted?
On Discord going like, hey, has any guy ever asked about your wiener? Like, well, you just fucking did. 30% of sexual abuse is never reported.
Well, how the fuck do you get that stat?
I don't know.
Did you know 90% of murders happen in the ghost realm? Like, well, how the fuck does that work? I don't know.
You could murder a ghost?
I don't know. You're telling me 30% of something isn't reported. Well, how do you know if it wasn't reported?
That's not the same murder?
I don't know, man.
Nearly 70% of all reported sexual assaults, including assaults on adults, occur to children. What? Occur to children.
Assaults on adults happen to children.
I don't understand that one. 90%.
That's a good one.
90% of child sexual abuse victims know the perpetrator in some way.
Well, that's the thing.
I didn't know you knew that many kids.
Oh. It is true, though. Everybody always thinks it's some weirdo, but it's basically if anyone knows,
Someone you know,
if anyone you know knows your kid.
Well, it's a single mom bringing a fucking psycho.
It's not always a single mom. It's like a sports coach.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Yeah. Approximately 20% of the victims of sexual abuse are under 8. Okay, now we're talking.
20%. What the fuck? Now we're talking.
Now
That's
we're talking.
horrible.
These are the good stats.
What the?
These are stats that put numbers.
20% are under 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
You don't get what?
I don't get why.
As much as these kids.
Well, like it don't like to me. What do you call when are you pubescent? Like after 14?
I don't even know because that's too. I shouldn't know something like that.
But I would go.
You're 18. That's when you become.
I can at least understand. Like I know you have this impulse, as fucked up as it is.
Oh, here you go.
But I'm saying, whatever. What is there? An 8-year-old kid is like a cartoon character. It's not even like a real human being. You know,
their brains are fucked up. 90
there.
Here we go. 95% of sexual abuse is preventable through education. This is, by the way, if anybody ever asks you to trust experts, remember that quote, please. 95% of sexual abuse is preventable through education. How?
Oh, they tell people to not rape.
Don't do that
as much. Yeah.
What do you mean? Why 95%? Where did that come from?
They got stats.
Did they have a control group of 20 people that were not educated and said, well, go on, do what you want, do what you think is best?
Well, did you ever hear about the guy who like a lot of the...
What TED Talk cured 95% of sexual abuse?
There's that guy, there was like a psychologist who talked to like pedophiles his whole life in like the 70s.
And he was a pedophile?
No, but it was just like these guys were like, yeah, I raped another 20 kids this week. And he's like, okay, well, what were you thinking when you did that? And everyone's like, why didn't you turn them in? And he's like, well, that was very valuable research for me. He was like pen pal. I think that he was pen pals though, so they didn't tell him exactly who they were. Oh. But that's why a lot of the data is unreliable.
Probably just the FBI trying to get him in there.
A lot of this data comes from this dude who was like pen pals with a bunch of pedophiles, but he never was able to like confirm any of the data.
More than, that's nearly 500,000 registered sex offenders. A typical pedophile will commit 117 sexual crimes in a lifetime. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I'd like to know what the definition of a sexual crime is.
Yeah, I think
because if it's looking at pornography, it's way more than that number.
Well,
these guys are probably looking at child porn every fucking day.
I don't know.
I look at regular porn every fucking day.
Yeah, but regular porn is fine. It's everywhere.
Yeah, but if you were...
You don't have any... Like, they might have a problem with what they're doing. So, like, you know what I mean?
Themselves?
Maybe.
Dude, whenever you read about these guys, it's always like they had like 57 terabytes. It's like, what? You never looked at it? You just downloaded it for funsies?
I don't know what a sex crime is.
That guy,
I'm just interested in education.
Yeah, we got to educate.
We can stop 95%.
That's what I hope.
Okay, that's my problem. Pedophiles.
If
you don't vote for it, you are a pedophile.
Whoa. What with these qualifications? If you don't vote for my problems, you're also a pedophile.
Go ahead.
All right. Dick, my problem is...
Remember NAMBLA?
Yeah.
That's
gone now. There's like a
funny,
new one, though. It was kind of funny.
It was funny.
There's like a new one.
Oh, there is? Probably not as good.
Probably equally.
NAMBLA was hilarious.
Equally bad to the previous one.
Everyone was making jokes about it. No one fucking cared.
Dick, have you heard of Fear of a Black Planet?
Fear of a Black Planet?
Yeah.
Like Pluto?
Regardless. My problem is, Dick.
Yeah.
Fear of a black elf.
Oh, wait, what's Fear of a Black Planet?
Actually, I forget it. Hold on. I brought it up.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's a phrase.
Fear of a Black Planet? Like where white people are the minority?
Fear of a Black Planet, I thought it. Yeah, it was an album by Public Enemy. I knew it was an album, but I thought maybe it was.
I don't listen to hip hop.
I don't listen to hip hop. My problem is fear of a black elf, Dick.
Okay.
We have
we're doing this.
We're doing this. We're getting it done.
Okay.
There's a new Lord of the Rings. We're going
Abomination.
We're going back to the Shire. I mean, all the hobbits.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be a stupid Amazon fucking TV show. They've spent like $1 billion on it. Who cares? Okay. If you're like a normal human being, you probably just shouldn't care at all.
Well,
I'm going to argue.
Yeah, but you care when there's forced diversity, and diversity hiring was one of your problems.
That was forced by the studio. If it comes out that it was like a studio mandate that they had to have black people in it, okay, I'll agree with you. But as is, they go, hey, there's a new Lord of the Rings. Here's some pictures from it. And there's a black elf. And everybody has lost their fucking mind.
Because it's dumb.
Why is it dumb?
Because the different races are like already the different elves and shit are already a stand-in for like our racial hangups, and we can safely observe them. Adding an additional layer of race to it in a society that's like built around prejudice, and then asking everyone to ignore it is fucking mind-boggling.
You don't even know that they're going to ignore it. It might be that he comes in and they go, "Whoa, I've never seen a black elf before," and he goes, "Oh,
that's not what they're going to say."
Mountains or some shit. You don't know. Nobody knows.
So Kramer doesn't exist in this world. It's just like, oh, there's no sort of does a elf and does a black elf and a black dwarf have the same N-word, or is it different? Do they have some kind of like fist bump? It's fucking dumb.
No, it isn't dumb. You don't know if it's dumb. It could end up being dumb.
It's definitely dumb.
How is it definitely dumb? It could be explained away in so many different ways. It could make perfect sense within the fucking plot. All right, there could be multiple races.
Are there black tree guys too going around? Was one of them black?
Were there white tree guys? They weren't white or black. They're trees.
Yeah, exactly. They're dwarves. They're not white or black. They're just fucking dwarves. There's like a construct in your mind. You don't need to insert race into it.
But it's not inserting race. It's just this dwarf is black.
Why?
Why not? Why does it make it worse?
Because it's a big choice. I think.
Big choice, you think?
Yeah, okay, well, where are the Mexican dwarfs then?
I don't know. Maybe there'll be a Mexican dwarf.
Or do they low ride?
Yeah, they low ride. They low ride through the caves of Maria or whatever the fuck.
Where did they come from? Is there like an Africa with dwarves in it?
There could be.
You know how? Because there's no evolution. There's no evolution in that universe. So how the fuck
Why is there no evolution? There must be.
No, there's not. That goes all the way. Like orcs, the monsters, are like twisted up elves. Where the fuck did that evolve from?
There could be a random genetic mutation that led to a black dwarf. We don't fucking know.
But you do, because
black dwarfs.
Everything in that universe is decided.
Had sex with a black lady, and they made a black fucking dwarf.
So there's the black humans. I agree with. I believe.
Okay, so you think that it'd be okay if there was a black warrior human in the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
right. But not an elf for some reason.
Well, where did it come from?
We're gonna find out. Okay, look, you're allowed to complain.
Humans, I know, because it came from like a Africa area.
Okay,
and the sun, they had to adapt for the sun, so they needed to be dark to not die.
Can't everyone just wait for the show to come out to find out? Like, oh, there's an explanation, and it makes perfect sense within the context of it.
I mean,
the elves just go, oh yeah, black elves, I've seen you guys around. Like, yeah, you guys, there could be any number.
They're just like, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
That's how. So it's a society where they're the most racist. They're more racist in Lord of the Rings than they are in like 1950s America.
Yeah, but they don't have to be necessarily.
But they are. They're like, you're a fucking dwarf.
Why does a fantasy world have to have the same sort of racial understandings as this world? Couldn't it be a world?
It's for kids.
But couldn't it be another world where they're just like, yeah, I don't know, you see a black elf, it's like, we see dragons all the fucking time. We're not like, oh my God, there's a red one now. It's just like, yeah, there's dragons, there's like whatever.
But don't black elves, like drow elves, fucking hate the other kind of elves?
Sometimes it depends on the fantasy universe, and maybe that'll happen here. Maybe.
I mean, there better be
for some fantastic conflict on the show when all the white elves go, whoa, I don't know if I can trust this black elf. And then he's really good at dancing and singing songs. And they're like, I love it. And he's really funny. And they're like, I love this guy.
I don't like their kind of music. If they say that, then there better be. All I'm saying is if there's like hyper racism, like there would be, like there is in Dungeons and Dragons when there's black elves, I'm for it.
What drives me nuts, though, is all the people who go, well, according to the lore. Which, first of all, Amazon does not have the rights to all of Lord of the Rings. They have the rights to the Peter Jackson movies and anything that was in those. So they can't use any of the extended Lord of the Rings shit. They have to just base it on what was in those movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no black dwarves in that movie.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing is you can invent new shit.
Well, then where's the Mexican dwarves? Like, honestly,
maybe they'll have one. Who cares?
I care.
Why?
Because Mexicans never get shit. It's always like, oh, there's a bunch of black elves in there. Well, where's the fucking? But
I'm saying if they make a Mexican elf, would you be happy or sad?
Happy.
Well, okay.
Because it would be ruining. It would be ruining your thing, and it would be John Leguizamo being up there as an elf. Like, that's great.
That would be great. The point is that people, they get all up in their fucking thing and they're like, the lore. You have to be faithful to the lore. And they're like really pissed off that the dwarf doesn't have a beard, the dwarf lady. And I'm like, do you understand that when Hollywood makes these adaptations, there's like certain creative changes that they make for the sake of just the visuals and we don't want to
not having a beard on a lady?
Well, yeah, we don't want to put her in the makeup chair every day and put a beard on her. And also it's going to look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, like in Game of Thrones, did you ever read the books?
No, I never watched the show either.
Okay, you know that little dwarf guy?
No.
Tyrion, the fucking...
Oh, the king of... I hate that guy. Yeah.
Okay, in the books, he gets his fucking nose cut off.
Okay.
In the show, they go, oh, I heard...
You can't say the M word like you just said.
All right, well, little people. Little people sounds worse to me.
It's a dwarf.
Are you supposed to say dwarf?
Yes.
That sounds way worse. Because now it sounds like
Take it up with them.
Can I call him an elf? It sounds they're not a fantasy creature. Why is it better to call them a dwarf and not like
they don't want to be called the other one? I don't know.
I think I would rather be called an elf. I think elves are more like
you're not them. You don't know shit about what they're going through.
I would be asking to be called an elf, regardless. It's all stupid. Anyway, in the book, he loses his nose.
I'd be asked to call a leprechaun.
They don't cut off his fucking nose because they didn't want to put him in a makeup chair every time, and a little looked fucking stupid. And it's the same shit for this Lord of the Rings show. They're like, yeah, we're just not going to put a beard on the lady. Like,
okay, fine.
Suck it up. Deal with it. Who gives a shit?
They don't care about beards on ladies, though.
No, they do. Well, the fans are losing their fucking minds. Every video I watch where they're complaining about this, and by the way, they're all saying it's woke.
They should have beards on ladies. That would be funnier.
I can't believe they didn't put a beard on this dwarf lady. This show is ruined. It will never live up to the lore. They have no respect for Tolkien. Meanwhile, if you go look at what they put in those movies that everybody fucking loves, there's so much shit missing from the books or blatantly changed. You know the Eye of Sauron, the big flaming eyeball that watches them and shit?
Yeah.
You know that's not supposed to be an actual eyeball.
What's it supposed to be?
The Eye of Sauron.
A butthole?
No, the Eye of Sauron is like an idea. The idea that he has from some other realm.
Yeah, but you got to put it up there. You know,
you make fucking changes for the sake of a show. Okay,
you gotta put a beard on the lady. That's funny.
That's like the most minute fucking nitpicky bullshit. It's the same
funny, though.
It's the same with the black elf. I think it's nitpicky and stupid. It can just be all the elves go, oh hey, there's one of the black ones. That's it. It doesn't have to be like this grand fucking explanation for it. How is it going to impact the story if a black elf shows up and everyone's just cool with it? How does that make the story worse?
Why the fuck how come he's black?
How come they're white? Why are they white?
So what do you mean how come they're white?
Why are the elves white?
I don't know.
Okay.
Now I have to know these things.
No,
I didn't think.
You can just accept that there's a black one.
Where's the Mexican elf then?
He's coming around the corner.
Where's the fucking Japanese one?
We're getting one at some point.
Well, where are they now?
The point is, they're probably going to explain it. They're going to explain it. There's going to be one scene where he goes, I'm from the far realm of Quanama, where we live.
I'm from the bad part of elves, like town.
No. The good part,
where are they from?
Where we have a university, and we're overachievers and everything else. We have a higher IQ than all the other elves, and it makes the white elves very sad.
I don't know what's a.
It's just it's such fucking.
So you're saying if like
nobody gave a shit about any of this.
So if you're playing Mario and like a black Goomba came out, you'd be like, oh, that's totally normal.
It's not
I'd be like, why the fuck is that guy black?
If Mario had a white if there was a black Mario friend, would you be like, whoa, everyone in the Mushroom Kingdom is white? If there was a black toad, if there was a black toad,
how would go? That's a little odd. He's probably from some kind of fucked up place. And they never addressed it because it's totally different than all the other toads.
What if they introduced like a bunch of black toads?
I would think they're from like fucking Black Toad Land, from like
All right, but if
Toadgeria
they
or
had
something.
an explanation and they said we're from Toadgeria, you would be okay with it, right?
Yes.
So then fucking wait for the show to explain where the black elf came from instead of going, oh my God, there can't be black elves. There's never been a black elf. He doesn't have the right hair. It's all hair complaints. She doesn't have a beard. The black elf doesn't have long hair. Is this what matters to you fucking people? The hair of fantasy fucking elves and creatures?
You're telling me that the black elf adopted the hairstyle of a black human?
Maybe he's half black. I don't know. No, he just has.
Can they breed with humans?
Maybe those elves just cut their hair off. Why do elves have to have long hair? I don't even think Tolkien said.
It's cool. What do you mean?
I don't even know if that's in the books. I don't even know if they're supposed to have long hair.
What are they getting a haircut? They're like thousands of years old. They're getting a fucking haircut every month. They got other shit to do.
Every once in a while.
So how come, if there's black elves, how come there was no black dwarves or elves in the Council of the Ring?
Because they fucked up those movies, and the movies are wrong. The show is correct.
I have a problem with that then.
Yeah, we got to retcon the movie. We're going to add some CG black
How come there's no black goblins?
I don't know.
They're just all white?
We're going to CG some black people into the Peter Jackson trilogy so it all works together. All right. Or all the black people were just like, we don't want to deal with this Sauron shit. And they wisely went somewhere else.
Oh, wisely.
Yeah. Or they were just off screen doing their own, they were there, but we just didn't show them. Maybe it was, maybe it was.
They have their own culture?
Isn't it exciting that we're going to find all that out? Isn't it exciting that the world is expanding and it's not just the same shit you've already seen?
No, because I have to find that shit out in the real world and I hate it. I want to.
So what do you want from a Lord of the Rings show?
I don't want it at all.
Well, okay, but the people who want it, I have no idea what they want.
I want a 3-hour thing that I can put on, and that before I'm even done picking it, my girlfriend is fucking gone, like a shape in the wall, because she doesn't want to watch 9 hours of Lord of the Rings.
I just think all these guys who now are going, this is disrespectful to the books and the lore, and blah blah blah. Okay,
no, you have to be hard.
Then they shouldn't.
You have to be hard. You have to be hard on these creators because they fuck up your stuff.
Then you should
really do. Like women came in and fucked up Rick and Morty because they didn't respect science fiction. Yeah. These guys are coming in and fucking around with Lord of the Rings.
The movies didn't respect the books either. They got rid of a bunch of fucking characters. They changed a bunch of shit around.
It feels like they're pandering. Do you see that it feels like with the ads, like, hey, check out, we got a black one now. Like, well, it feels like you're pandering like you guys always do.
They just decided to make a black elf and he's a major character and we're going to find out about him. And
it feels like they're pandering.
To who?
White women.
White women?
No, black people don't like this shit. They don't like, oh, great, another fucking...
Here's the thing. If it sucks, it's going to suck because it's TV, not because it's a black elf, okay? It's going to suck because it's a stupid fucking, we own the rights, so let's just make another stupid franchise thing. It was not going to be good regardless.
Yeah.
So don't pretend that the reason it's going to be bad is because there's a black elf. It was just going to suck anyway.
But that's not why it's bad. It's because they don't respect...
That's what they're saying.
But it's...
No, even if they had respect, even if they had respect, it would still suck. I don't care how much they respect the fucking book. I would argue they probably do respect the book, and it still would have fucking sucked.
Why don't they make the humans black?
Things aren't good because of the amount of respect you have for the source.
Wait a minute. What does a black person, a viewer, have in common with a black dwarf? Like, do you see what I'm saying? No. Hold on. If I'm watching,
as a cultural background.
Yeah, like this is, you might as well have made him purple or polka dot. What the fuck do I have in common with a black dwarf?
Yeah, but what do I have in common with fucking Aragorn?
Who's that?
The main sword guy.
You?
Yeah.
Nothing.
He's a white man and I'm a white man.
Italian.
And I can dress up like him and go to a convention and everyone goes, oh, it's Aragorn. They don't go, oh, it's black Aragorn, you know?
He's a human though.
He is human, so we have that in common.
What the fuck does a dwarf? Like I have in common with hobbits that they got to eat all day, every day, 11 seasons. I got in common with dwarves that they got to drink. I got to fucking drink, man. And I hate pretty people because their advantages that they have over me. I fucking hate a black elf as well.
I'm just in the camp where I wait for a story to prove to me that it sucks before going, this thing fucking sucks.
Okay.
You don't know what's going to happen. You might love that fucking black elf. He might fucking shoot an arrow right through your heart.
What about Tuvok? Nobody flipped out about Tuvok. He was a black Vulcan.
Yeah, he was a black Vulcan.
Voyager.
Didn't he merge with somebody?
He merged with D's. Wait, who did he merge with?
Was that Tuvok?
Tuvok was a black Vulcan.
Yeah, but I thought at one point there was like he merged with another character. Maybe
I don't know about that, but it makes sense because it's a planet. You probably got black Vulcans on Vulcan.
Why?
Because of the sun. The blackness comes
See, I feel like this is all
from the fucking sun.
But couldn't you make a universe where like black people just exist and it doesn't have to be based on fucking solar cycles?
It doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Because
dragons don't fucking make sense. Cave trolls don't make sense. Magic doesn't make sense. And then you're going, okay, all that we can just accept, but for some reason, race, we need a definitive evolutionary proof.
Yes, which exists in humans. Which exists in humans.
Right.
But not in dwarves.
Okay. Well, I want a specific evolutionary proof for how dragons exist. I'm waiting on it.
They're magic. They're created magically.
The black elf is magic then.
Well, that's a little...
If they say he was created by magic, oh, that's going to be gay.
Because the dragon's like a manifestation of evil. And like everything that's non-human is like an avatar for some human emotion that's been carried to an extreme. Greed and wrath and like passivity and wisdom and all these wants that it's all human-centric that's been extrapolated out into these races and analogs.
All I know is I see all these stupid nerds going, not only is there a black dwarf, but she doesn't have a beard. My life is ruined.
Well, that would make sense.
You guys are fucking nerds. I'm a nerd, and you guys are way worse than I have ever been about anything, and I hate you. My problem is fear of a black elf.
Okay. I think you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
I think you should be devastated in the voting this week.
I think that I will be devastated because the majority of people are afraid of a black elf.
I saw this black guy tweet saying, making fun. Some black guy tweeted and he's like, oh, I can't. I'm so happy that I'm being represented on TV now. I'm going to cry because of this black, whatever, dwarf.
Isn't that great?
And then another black guy like quote tweeted him and said, I know what you mean. I remember when I first saw this guy, a black elf dwarf, and I cried, Lord Almighty, I'm seen at last. And the picture is the black dwarf from Bad Santa. With
the fucking pointy ears and shit.
Like, yeah, what are you fucking talking about?
I think representation is nice.
Then where's the Mexicans? Where's the Mexican? Is Smaug Mexican?
We should.
All the dragons are Mexican, I guess. Then
can you imagine? You're a black Lord of the Rings fan. You go, oh, that's great. I could dress up like that guy.
I don't have to imagine. I'm Mexican. There's no Mexicans anywhere.
If you're an actor and you go, I love Lord of the Rings. I would love to be in Lord of the Rings. It sucks that I'm black because I'm not allowed to be in Lord of the Rings. And they go, I think we could make room. It's a magical world where we can invent literally any fictional nation, whatever else, and we don't have the rights to half the shit, so we have to make it up anyway. Why don't we just invent a nation of black elves? And everyone goes, it's not like the book. Well, they don't own the rights to all that shit, so they have to invent it anyway. The whole fucking project is compromised. All right, so just be mad about that. You got a couple creatives sat around and like, let's have a black one. It'll be fun. And everybody's taking it.
Could be like purple?
It could be fun. Why's it got to be purple?
Well, because like there would be some kind of other type of evolutionary process that made their skin different, not just is black. Like they're like beings of light. So couldn't a light be changed somehow?
Honestly, let's just get rid of all franchises. Let's just burn them all. Just like if you are spending any amount of time worrying about fucking Lord of the Rings, like the books it's ancient fucking books. Just go read them again. Okay. Yes, Hollywood is taking them and they're making a little stupid abortion out of them, like every Hollywood project. Okay. The problem is not the black guy. The problem is everything else about it.
Here's my problem. You ready for this? There it is. That's my problem.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You ever do this to somebody you hate?
What, play this song?
Just sit there and start humming it.
Yeah. No, I don't do that to people.
Earworms. Now we're losing all the money for this episode.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We're destroyed now. I wonder how copyrighted that is.
Earworms.
You
don't ever do that?
Fuck with people and try to put music in their head?
Yeah, sometimes I'll just sit there and go like da-da-da-da-da.
People, sometimes people do it to me.
Yeah.
My chat used to always type in Jeremy spoke in class today because they know it always gets stuck in my head. Jeremy spoke in class today.
See,
yeah, if someone
said it,
if someone types
nothing
it into
happened,
my chat,
and now I'm like, fuck, now it's in my head.
Daddy didn't give attention.
Earworms are unwanted catchy tunes that repeat in your head. This is from Harvard, so it's an expert.
So there's some sort of science behind this.
These relentless tunes play in a loop in up to 98% of people in the Western world. There's 2% of people that's immune. Only 2% of people are immune to this.
I don't even know how you track that. All these stats always seem made up to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stats are seeming a little made up to you,
fucking bullshit. Shut up.
For two
ones that are not, you can like scientifically isolate some things by testing.
What do you mean, you?
Oh,
whatever.
What whatever.
For 2/3 of people, they are neutral to positive. So 2/3 of people experience with songs repeating is neutral to positive. Earworm songs that repeat are like a fucking nightmare, man. When you're hungover or on drugs, and you just have the Mario theme or the DuckTales Moon song in your head for like 10 hours on acid.
Yeah.
Kill me.
See, they added lyrics to that song.
The new DuckTales is such horseshit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, God. Thank God we can agree on that.
What are we doing here?
And they put a Mexican duck in there.
They put a Mexican duck in there.
And I hated it.
I'm okay with it, but it's not a good character.
Fenton Crackshell is supposed to be the best.
Yeah.
They made him Mexican, which is odd.
Oh, did they change? I thought there was like a girl, Philip.
His mom is full Mexican.
Yeah.
He's half, so that's my representation.
I thought there was a sassy young Latina duck.
Oh, Gosselin, Darkwing Duck's adopted daughter.
Because somebody tweeted at one point, they're like, finally, Latina representation. Look at this proud Latina about to stomp all over everyone.
They gotta make
it's a duck.
Oh yeah, Scrooge. Like, why do you gotta make her fucking sound like that?
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Scrooge.
They had a Mexican character. It was the fucking parrot, the Three Caballeros.
That's what I'm saying. The black elf is not going to show up and go, "Hey, what are we doing here?" He's just going to yo.
Where that ring at?
Let me get that ring.
All right, you got.
All right, let me get some of that grog there, buddy. Yeah, he's just going to be a black actor participating in a role.
Is he going to cover his mouth when he laughs?
I don't fucking know.
But the remaining third find it disturbing or annoying when these songs wriggle their way into their brain cells.
Kind of depends on the song.
There's no good earworms.
I'll get a song stuck in my head.
They're worse for us now because of video games. Because video games have repetitive music for the stages and stuff. So our generation has to deal with earworms more than any other. Do you know what I'm saying?
I kind of get what you say, but again, sometimes I like that music.
Maybe you're one of these 2%.
All that Mega Man music is great.
Look, this is what it can. Sometimes they occur with obsessive compulsive disorder, psychotic syndromes, migraine headaches, unusual forms of epilepsy, or a condition known as palinacousis.
Oh no!
When you continue to hear a song after it has disappeared. Wow. You can have all those things. Oh,
my God. I hope I don't
earworms. It's earworms.
I was going to say,
a physician can help you determine if your earworm is serious or not. Can you believe they fucking wrote this on the internet?
A physician. Yeah.
Somebody type this out. A physician can help you if it's serious.
I keep hearing the Goof Troop theme, and I might be going insane.
See, you put that in my head. Every time I masturbate,
you have to have the Goof Troop theme. Yep, that's a classic. It is weird to have a song stuck in your head and remember that the brain is an imperfect thing. You know, it makes you feel weak.
Yeah, it makes you feel weak,
mentally weak.
Yeah. What was your problem?
Stephen Hawking probably didn't have to deal with this because he was so
probably
smart.
Did. He's locked in there.
Nah, he's got nothing else
his head all the time.
What was my problem?
Yeah.
Which previous?
What were your problems today?
Black elves.
Okay.
Fear of a black elf and local businesses.
Earworms are way worse.
Oh, really?
Because you can avoid a local business, but you cannot avoid An earworm.
I'm gonna stop feeding you my problems for this fucking.
That's the point of the show.
Well, it's better than the earworms. You know, do not try to take your money away. And do not involve millions of internet nerds annoying the shit out of me with their. Why doesn't he have a beard?
It would be better if she had a beard.
No, it's the same. It doesn't matter.
No, it would be more.
Is it better or worse that the Eye of Sauron is an actual flaming eyeball?
Yeah, but you don't know that
That's
it's a
kind of
flaming
cool.
eyeball because it's in like wizard space when you're looking at it.
They can
That
see
could be a
it.
manifestation in your.
Okay, so you have a fucking your own. It's really in a metaphysical realm, but it manifests in their thoughts.
A determined effort.
I'm going to get some song stuck in your head after
to
this.
block the song out may result in the very opposite of what you want. This shithead said, called ironic process, and studied extensively by psychologist Daniel Wegner. Resisting the song may make your brain keep playing it over and over again. Yeah. How about the teacup ride?
Is that from Disney?
Disneyland, yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember It's a Small World.
Some people try to distance themselves. Well, I don't want to read that. Others seek out the tune in question because it's commonly believed that earworms occur when you remember only part of the song, and that hearing the entire song may extinguish it.
See, I'm retarded though, because if I hear a song I like, I just play it on loop for several hours.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I don't think that works though. Not
No, I enjoy listening to it over and over.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's
maybe
my
I even
problem.
enjoy having it in my head.
Ruins hangovers wouldn't be nearly as bad if they didn't have earworms.
There's I assume you did not watch the Hawkeye television show.
No, I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch it either. I just watched one scene where they do a fake Avengers musical.
What if the Hulk was black in one movie? You'd be like, whatever, that's
black
great.
in the musical.
Oh, what musical?
They have in universe. There's a fake Avengers musical.
But is he painted green?
It's a black guy painted green. Yes.
What if they just made him black?
Yeah. All right.
Would that be odd for you?
Do you want me? Why don't we? Okay. So let's say we took the black elf and we painted him white. Is that better? I'll accept that compromise.
Yeah.
Okay. Then black people can participate in Lord of the Rings and not offend everybody else. Fine. Let's just paint them white.
Well, I mean, there can't be any roles locked out to anybody. I can't be an elf because I'm fat. Like, that's my.
Okay, but
whatever.
If you sit down for like, it's a wildly popular IP. I mean, like right now, Star Wars, the Empire used to be all white, and they were like, let's have some black guys in there. Or even the Rebels were all white.
They're clones,
No,
and
that's before
the stormtroopers.
The clones die out.
Oh, and then they just draft people?
Yeah, and then they just draft. That's where Finn came from. I mean, it's a terrible
That was dumb too.
Okay, but is that dumb because he's black? Why is it dumb?
It's dumb because it's not a clone.
The clones are old. They all look like fucking old Boba Fett now. They're like 80.
That whole thing got all messed up. The cloning thing was stupid because the Clone Wars should have been they clone a doppelganger. And
of someone on the other side?
Yeah, and scoot it in. Not just they make a bunch of... There's no advantage to just making a bunch of clones.
No, it's retarded.
Anyway.
Especially because George Lucas was like, not only are they a bunch of clones, it's like 1,000 Boba Fetts. And you're like, okay, does that make it cooler? He's like, well, you guys like Boba Fett.
Well, yeah, but Boba Fett can't work as like 1,000 Boba Fetts. He's as good as Boba Fett.
No, there's 10,000 of them.
Earworms, a physician can prescribe antidepressants for you if your earworm's too bad.
I'm going to go to the doctor and go, I just can't stop. I need...
Fuck, what's that from?
I was trying to figure that out
What's the
myself.
Final Fantasy, the battle one? Bum, 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 bum,
That's a good one.
That's a show, everybody.
That's a good show. You all have something stuck in your head by now, I hope.
So earworms. Earworms and pedophiles is my problem.
Earworms and pedophiles. That's a good name for an album.
Pedophile.
Mine is local businesses and fear of a black elf.
Fear of a black elf. Okay. Earworms.
Someone played the Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale game with me. I'm really addicted to it.
Oh, is that a game?
Yeah, but it's only on phones for some reason.
Oh, well, because that's where the addiction market is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Presume. All right, here we go.
Biggest problem
Oh, fuck you.
in the universe. Yo, Vito, that shit is so cool. You know what? Fuck all the people that hate that. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Don't record it. Keep doing it live each time.
There you go.
Oh, I thought he was going to rip on me.
Stop it. Record it, you fucking idiot.
Oh,
No.
I think he changed at the end.
Yeah, he got me off guard.
Okay.
We should have a vote.
Hey, Dick. Hey, Vito. I have a rage, I guess, relating to the problem of Jannies, which I think was like 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
But I play TF2. That's Team Fortress 2, not Titanfall 2, because you have to specify that now. Anyway.
Could have just said the name.
Bad bot crisis. And so, like, all the official Valve servers are, like, swarmed with bots, and you get instantly killed. And so one of the only ways to enjoy the game anymore is to go on these, like, private company servers. Like, there's a couple different ones of them. But the problem is a couple of them have, like, auto silencing, like, words. Like, you can't type in certain words in chat, or you'll just get instantly silenced. And
Like what kind of words?
My binds is, I think, very
Like World War II words.
humorous, but it contains the friendly version of the N word. You know, like, hey, what's up, my brother?
So
my
you
man,
can't say
sort of
that, or you
thing.
can?
And I get that white people aren't supposed to use it, but the computer doesn't know if I'm white. All right, I could be a black man trying to express gratitude towards one of my African American brothers, and I get fucking silenced for hate speech.
Biggest problem is my username cannot be the N-word.
Silenced for hate speech.
No.
It's you know, it's literally N-word, shut the hell up and eat a cinnamon roll, because it's from this video of this dude talking about eating cinnamon rolls. I don't know. It's whatever. It's fucking stupid. The problem is, the point is, it's like Robo-Jannies. Like, that wasn't even a manual word.
Oh, Robo-Jannies. Good problem.
Well, I was going to say too strict word filters are actually a good problem.
Robo-Jannies.
Because I was trying to play that Final Fantasy game, and I bred a white chocobo, and I'm like, oh, I'll name him Whitey. And then they're like, no.
Oh, you can't name him Whitey?
Like, what? You can't call him Whitey? That's not even, like, offensive. He's a white. There's a guy, Whitey Bulger. It was not a racial thing.
My uncle's name's Whitey.
Yeah, there's a lot of, that's like a nickname. Or like you
He says the N-word all the time.
Don't you get like in trouble on YouTube because the name of your show is The Dick Show? It like fucks up the algorithm and shit. And,
my
like,
name, I got banned from
demonetizes
Twitch
stuff.
for, I was like,
oh, yeah, your
partner,
Twitch going?
like, not partner, but whatever's before that. I had tons of followers, and then they just banned me because I had Dick in my name. It's
That's
an inappropriate username. Like,
dude, that's
what the fuck?
Bullshit. That sucks.
It's my fucking name.
That sucks.
Okay.
Hey, Vito. Hey, Dick. I got a problem for you, and that problem is homeschooling.
Yeah.
Now, this was brought in at another show that one of you might have been on, but I just got a personal experience with this. So I was homeschooled. I'm 18, out adulting now. But there was some pretty fucked up shit that went on. I had a couple friends that had classes such as
He's one of the 1 in
Minecraft
5.
and playing with Legos.
That was the classes?
There was just one family. Had about 9 or 10 kids.
Okay.
They would have nap time during school for about 2 hours.
Nice.
Cool.
They would put their kids in their bedrooms. These bedrooms had locks on the outside.
Well,
And they
you
would
don't want
lock
them to
them in
get
there.
out of there.
And they would have to nap. Some of these kids were 13. The youngest, I think, was about 3. The entire time this was happening, when I was at their house, I was thinking, what if there was a fire? They would just end up dying. It made no sense.
Oh, like there's going to be a
Many of them
fire.
had prayer time every day for like hours upon end.
Sure, buddy.
It was just a really fucked up situation. So,
I mean, it is
Vito,
bad to lock your kids
Vito
into a room.
and Dick,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
Sounds like religion is probably the problem. I guess all homeschools are religious, though.
I met some weird, crunchy hippie kids who were like homeschooled. I don't think it was a religion thing.
Yeah.
It was more, I want my kid to touch trees, which I guess is a type of religion.
I wish everybody was homeschooled. That'd be so much more interesting.
I mean, at this point, I would not put Did you see the thing about the transition closets?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That you go to school and they got a closet there so you can change into the clothes of your chosen gender without your parents knowing.
If I could go back in time now,
yeah,
be
if I was in high school right now, I would be fucking around so hard all the time.
I would not wear the mask. I would say, well, no, I'm not wearing it. Suspend me. I don't care. But then they're gonna be like, well, we got this cross-dressing closet. Fuck. Now I got to wear the mask so I can come
go
every day.
fuck around.
Hello, Students.
I'd go, this is my all-gender bathroom. I would go into the girls' locker room and go, I'm a woman. Every woman lives inside of me.
I would go,
let's dance and let's sing.
I actually identify as being upside down. So you're going to need to address my mouth, where you think is my butthole.
And my pronouns are...
And you have to use them.
Yeah. Or you go to jail.
Or you're going to jail, dude.
High school kids should be... If I was a high school kid, I would bring my... You have a camera in your pocket. I know they don't want you to use it.
The slime kids are doing it.
We should have hilarious videos coming out of high schools every day. I'm really upset with today's high school community.
Kids need more cocaine. They need to get coked up every day so they can go cause mayhem on the 25-year-old women that have been given the impossible task of brainwashing them.
Yeah.
And freaks.
I guess they're just buying into it, though. They're like, no, it's cool that there's a closet where I can be a cross-dresser for no reason.
For comedy
high school had, yeah, exactly. I wish my high school had a fucking cross-dressing closet. What the fuck?
Okay.
One of my favorite things is listening to two idiots argue over the value of political candidates or political parties, and
what idiots?
You know,
we're gonna find
you and your wife.
Because one of the things I used to hear when Trump was president was, do you think Hillary would have been better? And the answer is no. No, she wouldn't. We've been trending the same general direction. Have you ever looked at Biden's socio-political scale chart there? It comes in right under Trump.
Have you ever looked at the chart?
No, the socio-political chart.
All you can do is get your fucking passport ready and leave the country if you're a Democrat, or just go ahead and support the autocratic takeover of the United States. I mean, one's probably going to benefit you financially and you know, get
I don't know.
Able to grab women by the pussies a little more. And if you're on the other team, you better get the fuck out of here.
What team?
Be like, yeah,
I think he's saying the Democrats need to leave because America's going to be wild and crazy.
Yeah, you're not making any progress.
Grabbing pussies and whatever else.
You know, my favorite thing is one idiot arguing with himself about politics.
Yeah.
That's way funnier than two idiots.
This guy sounded like he had all sorts of tips, and then he didn't give us any.
Well, you have to get your passport.
Well, here's what you have to do. You got to get your passport. I'm like, what? I'm not.
And then go anywhere.
When the autocrats take over, there's a way to make money. I haven't figured that out yet. That whole stock market is fucked right now.
You got to buy the dip, dude.
I've been trying. It's impossible.
Nah, you just got to keep buying.
Honestly, vote up, buy the dip, because every time I'm like, oh, it's not going to go any lower from here. And then I'm like, oh my God. Thanks to all our Patreon supporters.
You think it's going to melt up?
I'm going to have $0 in a couple of months.
You think it's going to melt up after this?
Melt up? Was that a term?
Melt up. Shoot.
Oh, as opposed to a meltdown?
Yeah, as opposed. Well, I think it's going to do that eventually.
I think it's got a ways to drop. The way, I mean, a lot of stocks are still up way high.
What do you mean?
Are you still in all that crypto shit?
Yeah.
I don't trust any of that either.
That's all I care about is crypto. I don't care about women or black dwarves or anything. The only thing I care about is crypto.
All right. Maybe I'll buy back into Chainlink.
Back in? You sold it?
Yeah, because all
at
this
40?
No, I sold it. It's the most recent dip. I sold it again before it. I sold
Why are you selling it?
Because fucking this Ukraine shit is crazy.
What, are you selling it to like eat?
I'm saying no, but I think it's going to go back down to 10 or 11. I'll buy it there. Yeah, Chainlink.
Oh, man.
I'll just buy it back anyway.
You're a risker over there.
I am a risker.
You got any Bitcoin?
I did. I sold everything.
You sold your Bitcoin? Stop dropping that thing.
Sorry.
You sold it?
I sold everything like a week ago, and I'm glad I did.
You going to buy back in?
Yeah, I'm going to buy back in, but I'm waiting for all this shit to blow over. I probably saved myself like $20,000, but not being
pay tax on that, though.
Only if I was up.
You were down?
Yes.
How do you sell Bitcoin and be down? Why would you sell it?
Because it's going lower, I think.
Oh.
I can't time the market because I'm an idiot.
Nobody can time the market.
I know no one can time the market. Look, I'm just bad at this.
Just put up auto buy. Buy, leave it alone.
Okay. I saw this Ukraine thing coming and I said, I'm gone. And I'm glad I am because all the stocks I was in are down like 25 fucking %. I had Roku, I had Palantir, I had fucking Nvidia even went down. And Facebook, I got hit. I had some Facebook.
Oh, you are on Facebook?
I got hit on that. Keeps dropping.
That pedophile. Vote up pedophiles.
No, it dropped before the pedophile thing.
Nope.
Whatever. We got some super chats, right? Are we doing any other?
Yeah, let's do super chats.
Let's do super chats.
Go to Biggest Problem Don Show to vote on the problems and patreon.com/biggest problem to get the bonus episode. It's very fun.
Bonus episode from Pink Sock.
Let me refresh here.
Oh, yeah. Refresh that page for me. I'm terrible at the stock market. Look, I just need it. I just want it to be like a little bit.
You can't time it.
I know you can't time it, but I timed this one perfectly. Because I saw the fucking writing on the wall. Yeah, you're right. It might come right back up.
Then you got to get back in.
I'm gonna get back in.
You got to time it twice. That's why it's so hard.
Okay, look, they're gonna invade Ukraine like tonight.
The U.S.?
Yeah. No, the fucking Russians.
Why would the Russians invade Ukraine?
Because they're psychopaths. Oh, I don't want to hear this.
You should have brought it in.
I'll bring it in next week when they're fucking shelling those people into the ground.
Oh.
Pink Sock for 5 says my card shop ran.
Sorry, I'm making it bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger. No, I appreciate that. My card shop ran the largest local Facebook group for Magic, and they banned people from discussing trades during COVID. Discussing trading? Why? Because they didn't want you to go to his house to trade cards?
Yeah.
I hate Mike Hunt for 5 Australian dollars. 16 years old, 14 years old. These are the ages of Bulma and Asuka. The figurines. Asuka. The figurines sitting on Vito's shelf. No one brings this up when debating him.
Oh, the cartoons are 16 and 14? The
How
characters?
old's Sailor Moon? Sailor Moon's like 15.
I don't know. How old's Tifa? Oh, please, God, tell me she's
When
18.
the bare naked ladies said, I like the Boom Sailor Moon anime babes that make me think the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That was a wink to all the pedophiles in their audience. The bare naked ladies.
Stop banging that fucking thing. Just put it away.
I'm sorry. I fidget. I got an earworm that makes me do it.
So the cartoons are
underage?
14?
Yeah, all that fucking Japanese anime shit is.
Well, are there any...
I don't beat off to my Bulma figurines.
If there's a 16-year-old out there who can pilot a mech and, like, fight
she's probably
aliens,
ready to fuck.
She's ready to fuck.
She's DCF.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, it's in the aftermath of an apocalypse. We have to repopulate. All right?
That's the question for all these, for Supreme Court justices.
Yeah.
What should the age of consent be during the apocalypse? And if they hesitated, then rejected. They have to say 18. The immediate answer needs to be 18, or else fucking disqualified.
All bets are off. It's for the good of the people. Fed Soul Plus gave us ARS 200. I wish they would just tell us how much American dollars that is.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it's $2. Thank you. Mike Hunt for 2. The first elves were awakened by Aru Lataviar. Nerd. Thanks, Mike. Mike for 5 says, Vito looks like a dwarf lady, not just the beard, but the complaining. Mike Hunt says, solution to Woke of the Rings. Stop complaining about it. Don't address it. Don't laugh at that. Because
Woke
the show
of the
will
Rings.
100% be garbage. The woke is a distraction. You don't know that it's bad. You really don't. Mike says, go full woke. I want LOTR, full Black Hawk down. Rare steak cubes for 5. Says, people get so mad over fantasy make-believe crap. Go outside and touch grass. Big ups to Liquid Richard. Yes. Justin for 5. Vito just wants his 5-minute long video game with no additional content featuring a black elf brought by Raid Shadow Legends.
Is that true?
It could be longer than 5 minutes. I got a new sponsor.
Oh, who's that?
Magic Spoon. You seen Magic Spoon?
Is that like one of those sending you meals to your house?
Yeah, but it's breakfast cereal.
Oh, God.
And it's healthy breakfast cereal.
And none of those meals would be enough for you. They're not enough for me. No. I could eat 3 of them. They're a fucking travesty, those meals.
I tried a Factor, which is like keto.
Oh, yeah?
It's all right, but yeah, they are tiny. And half of them suck. Evangelion, but Asuka is black, says Mike Hunt. What do you think? You can make, well... No, because that's okay. That's
you have to think about that.
No, it's different if it's an established character. If they said we're going to take Frodo and make Frodo black,
why is that different?
Because we know Frodo's not black.
What does that matter?
This is a new character. You can invent new.
Who cares if Frodo's black?
No,
what does that have to do with his character?
Well, if you're doing a complete, I'm saying
You are
no.
so
Hold on.
Okay.
If you're making a new Lord of the, I'm saying if it's set in the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings, no, he shouldn't be black because we've met this universe's Frodo and he was a white
when they
guy.
switch him to a new character.
If you made a new Lord of the Rings and you said all the hobbits are black, I'd go, yeah, go nuts.
and Frodo's black.
I don't know if you ever said in the book that Frodo is white. I
don't think so.
Yeah, but he had illustrations that show him as a white guy.
They're black and white though. What's he supposed to do?
I don't know.
Scribble it all like
I
a
would
ghost?
say, again, if you invent a new character, it's different from taking a character and making them black.
What if they made Blade white? Would you be okay with that?
The question you should be asking is, what if Evangelion had a black pilot? I would go, that's perfectly reasonable. If you added
but there's black
a
people.
black person, yeah, whatever. Mike says, the show is not woke enough. I want to replace the cast of The Biggest Problem with Drexel and Denzel and just never mention it. Mike, again, Obi-Wan was a clone. That's why he doesn't seem to remember ever owning a droid.
Oh, that makes sense.
I guess they could say that. Mike says, iDubbbz has released his side of the Sam Hyde interview. Have you watched any of that?
Yeah, the Sam Hyde one was hilarious.
I got to finish watching it.
iDubbbz is such a little fucking nerd.
He's kind of a little bitch.
He's like, when he did that whole thing about irony and meta irony, I was like, dude, can you like meta ironically kill yourself? Like, you're not, what are you doing?
Sam Hyde is so...
He got old so fast, and unfunny so fast.
Yeah, he's like
going in there asking Sam Hyde, like, can you just like confide in me? Like, what's like your secret? Like, it's such a presumptuous question. Sam's bit was hilarious, obviously, but the way he conducted that interview, like he's going to dissect his comedy. You're not even as funny as Sam. What are you going to dissect? You don't even get it.
Yeah, you don't sit down with a comedian and go, well, let's really dissect what comedy's about. It's like, that's how you kill comedy.
The way they communicate is comedy.
Yeah.
Not in explaining
you and him should
comedy.
be riffing right now. Not, well, let's really get to the heart of this.
You know what Dr. Phil said to me? I was in the house. He said, they didn't air this part. He goes, I don't even think you know which part of what you're saying is real. I said, yeah, I don't.
And that's the way to do it, because that's what makes it funny.
I said, you know, Dick, I don't even think that you know what you're saying you mean or not. I said, yeah, no shit. Fucking joke.
God, I wish that they had done that house thing for multiple seasons. That was a good thing they had there. Rare Steak Cubes for 5. Biggest problem is Tim Pool watching his R.A. the Rugged Man. Oh, watch his R.A. the Rugged Man interview. So much cringe. What a smooth brain.
Tim Pool's a fucking idiot. Tim Pool and Michael Malice and who's the other one? Who's the big conservative? Oh, Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
They're so fucking worthless. They're like Dr. K preying on men with no dads.
Right.
But they don't have any licensing, so I don't give a shit.
People really get mad when you say that too. And I'm like, but that's what
because they're the ones because they're the victim.
Right.
People get pissed when they're the victim of shit. And you're like, you're the victim.
Jordan Peterson is your surrogate father. I don't know how you haven't realized this.
But what they do is they get everybody whipped up saying they're doing politics and telling them that they're doing a good job. And then they just direct them to they're giving them money.
Yeah. Did you see that tweet somebody tweeted something like that where it was like, they don't tell you to go out and vote or like change anything. It's like, buy my book.
I tweeted that.
Was that you tweeted that? Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. That it's just like, man, the system's totally fucking broken. And the only way we're going to fix it is if you buy my book. It's
and
like,
then they all say, like, Peterson's like, well, Kavanaugh should resign. Well, the truckers should go home. Like, every time there's any positive momentum, you just come in and try to kill it first. So you get credit for what happens. Like, I really hate those guys. And I'm disgusted. And I have contempt for their followers.
You know what you should do is write a self-help book about how to avoid those types of guys.
Kill yourself. That's my self-help book.
If you wrote a book that just said, like, the ultimate guide to life, and you just open it, it's just like, kill yourself, sell it as a novelty. Toothless Ninja says, of course, Vito would go into a little girl's bathroom. Hey, I was a little girl at the time. I am a woman.
Oh, yeah, you did say you would do that.
Yeah, as a child.
No, but you would have your brain of now.
If I traveled back in time and I was in high school, I would have my adult, whatever.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous hypothetical.
But in your hypothetical, the first place you win is the little girl's room. bathroom at a school.
Well, if I go into the little boy's room, there's no bit. I've already been in there. The bit is that it's a cross-dressing bonanza in these high schools
I came up with a bit that had nothing to do with going into bathrooms of children.
You were still changing clothes in front of children.
No, in a closet.
In a closet, yeah.
That had nothing to do with kids. And I came out and I joked on adults for the amusement of the kids. You went immediately into predatory.
My problem is baseless pedophilia accusations. Mike for two says iDubbbz focused saving Sam's girlfriend was OD.
That was the best.
Wait, what happened? Did I miss that part?
Yeah. iDubbbz was like, in iDubbbz's version, his big takeaway was like, well, I'm really disturbed at the way Sam and his girlfriend are. Like, I really want to get to the bottom of that, and I think she needs saving. He wanted to save Sam's girlfriend, the actress who's acting like a fucking crack whore. Like, his number one priority became from dissecting Sam Hyde's comedy, which is awesome and like iconic, to saving some crack whore who's a woman pretending to be a crack whore.
Right.
It was just.
And he was like, I got to get her off drugs or what?
I don't know.
Did Sam make it look like he was like feeding her drugs?
She did.
Yeah.
She was playing a hilarious cracked out character. And he's like, I got to do, like, it makes me really uncomfortable. I got to save her. I was like, oh my.
Has this guy never been to like any other part of the country?
iDubbbz?
Yeah.
He's only been to Simp Town.
Right. Because I'm like, I lived in the woods. Yeah. You hung out with guys on meth and crack and their girlfriends were as well, and you're like,
just that he couldn't block it out, and that's what he wanted to show.
Yeah,
I gotta save Sam Hyde's girl. Like, you're gonna fuck up the first thing you do when this guy gives you exclusive access to his relationship
with his beautiful crack whore girlfriend.
Not on.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of these like legacy internet guys, where everybody goes, "Oh man, I'm such a big fan. I have been for years," and then I go and I look at their content. I'm like. So like they were like the first thing you saw on the internet that was funny, and then you just never stopped to watch anything else that came along that was much better.
Yeah,
there's a lot of these guys who've been doing it forever, and I won't name names. Where I won't name names.
Why? Who?
Because a guy we know works for one of them. Yeah, I won't bring it up. And I try to watch the content, and I go, yeah, I think he was just the first guy making these kind of videos.
See. Okay,
it's not necessarily. It's fine. It's not bad. It was probably funnier back in 2010.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Biggestproblem.show. Bonus episodes.
Biggest problem.
Patreon.com.
Bye.
This elf thing is driving me nuts.
Why? They're right.
They're not right. It doesn't.